What's up, guys? This is Ivan, otherwise known as Ambiguous. Last time we left off, we had just spoken with Egon, who has already left, apparently. And I said what I was going to do is head on up to the cliff where that item was hanging, but I didn't want to make you guys sit there and watch me go through the whole level to get up there. So I went ahead and went up there and got it anyway. And all it was the fireplate stone ring, I want to say. Where is it? Where are my rings? It was the flame stone plate ring, which increases fire damage absorption. Stone plates are symbols of the true knights, and red stone plates are granted to those who valiantly face chaos. Increases fire damage absorption. Not much lore there, so it wasn't anything, anything that you guys are missing out on, except for knowing where to get it. So that's where you're going to get it. Basically what I did is, just like I said in the last video, I went to go shoot it down with an arrow, and what do you know, the hanging cadaver got caught on the rock, so I had to go all the way up and around to get it. So, like I said, I didn't want to make you guys have to sit through that. Alright, so what we're going to do now, let's see, let me check a couple things here. Let's see, I believe that we need to go fight the rotted Greatwood at this point. Pretty sure that's where we left off. So, I'm gonna go ahead and head on over there. And actually, let's see, do I have all of my Estus? Yes, I do. And you know what, actually, one thing I wanted to do was, I think it was the last episode, I had mentioned how great the scythe was. And I wanted to show you guys that weapon, but I do want to level it up a couple times before I do. So I'll take care of that after we take care of this boss. All right. In fact, I'm gonna go this way. And we're just going to warp over to the dilapidated bridge. The reason I'm going there is just because it's easier to get there without having to deal with all the enemies. Not that I don't mind dealing with the enemies, but you guys have already seen plenty of that, so just gonna get over there as quickly as possible. Hopefully you guys don't mind, unless you wanted to see me go through all the enemies. And I don't think that I am embered, but that's okay. I'm not gonna worry about it, because as soon as we beat the boss, then our ember will be restored. What's up, dude? Doing a mid-roll, that'll be alright. As long as we're not fat rolling. Alright, Hawkeye Goth wannabe. Thank you. Thanks, buddy. How about you take care of that group? Nice. Awesome, man. Yeah! Wow. That's just... It never gets old. Never gets old. wasn't able to get through the door. Another charcoal pine bundle. That's nice. I find that I rarely use those, especially considering I already have a fire claymore. Alright, here we go. Hello. Are you gonna wake up anytime soon? No? I think he wakes up after you kill a certain number of these guys. Or not. It's the sleeping rotted Greatwood. How about now? There we go. He was sitting in timeout. Alright, we'll let him come out a little bit. Let you guys get a look at him. These are... He's got like some pods or something hanging from his branches. Yeah. Alright. Ah. Don't want those to hit you. Ah, you bastard. Basically, you just gotta go around hitting these bloated pus balls. Once you hit it enough, then he gets this arm that comes out. Don't want to get caught underneath him. Oh no! I wasn't ready for that. Stop turning around. There. You did. As you can see, that was not difficult at all. And you might recognize where we are now. And there's a reason why we came down here earlier. We're in the Pit of Hollows, where we spoke to Hodrick and joined the Mound Maker's Covenant. So the whole fight started up above it. And we fell down here. And the reason why we came here earlier is because if you don't, then look at what happens to Hodrick. So yeah, he gets his shit pushed in by the giant tree, and then you can't talk to him until later in the game. So I'm not sure, but I think you have to complete Cirrus of the Sunless Realms quest in order to join this covenant. If you don't do it before having this fight. So, all right, and that's it. And oh, and we got the transposing kiln, and obviously the soul of Lord, or the soul of the Greatwood, which is the rotted Greatwood right here, and It's the soul of the curse rotted Greatwood, one of the twisted souls steeped in strength, used to acquire many souls or transposed to extract its true strength. Some people actually use the souls rather than transposing it into a weapon. You don't really get that many, so I don't really think it's worth it to do that. I think it's better just to use it for getting transposing into weapons. Ever since its establishment, all manner of curses have managed to seep into the undead settlement. The worst of them were sealed away inside a spirit tree, but eventually the curses took their toll. So all the curses that accumulated in the undead settlement were basically stowed or sealed away inside this spirit of this tree, and eventually corrupted it. So we're going to take that, head on back to the Firelink Shrine. Now, obviously, like I said, that wasn't a very tough battle, but I mean, it's a fun battle nonetheless. It's just not very difficult. I mean, it'd be nice if it was a little more challenging, but then again, I do have a pretty badass sword that makes all the difference. I think the very first time I fought it didn't quite go down so smoothly. So before we do any leveling up, let's go talk to Ludlith.
Fret not. My feet are here firmly planted.
Oh, didn't mean to skip that. Alright, we're going to give him the transposing kiln.
Oh, belike it is a transposing kiln in thy possession. Seen better days, but methinks it shall suffice. Now, bring to me a twisted soul. Transposition is the art of extracting and coalescing the essence of a soul. In transposing a twisted soul, its true power transferreth to thee. Thy purpose is to seek lords and slay them. What's to fear in a little transposition now?
Okay, so what we can do is, usually you can get one of two things, and usually one of them will cost a certain amount of souls while the other won't cost anything. In this case, we already have the soul from Vort of the Boreal Valley, as well as now the Rotted Greatwood. So the Rotted Greatwood gives us the Hollow Slayer Greatsword. It's a greatsword used for a lifetime by a masked knight, harbors the fears that lurk within the minds of hollows, and is particularly effective against them. Bestowed to a proper Mirror Knight long ago, two-hand to execute special sword techniques. In this case, skill is stance. While in stance, use normal attack to break a foe's guard from below, and then a strong attack to slash upward with a forward lunge. So that, I believe that depending on the enemies, you can actually launch them into the air, or at least knock them on their asses. This weapon, I believe, from what I've read, actually scales, because it's a hollow, because it has an affinity for hollow, I believe it scales with luck. I don't know offhand. I haven't tried anything with luck yet. I know I said in one of the earlier videos that I will eventually try and respec or play around with that, and because I've heard that it's actually a pretty fun build. So we'll probably end up taking that one. The other choice would be the Arstor Spear, which one of the curses that festered within the belly of the Greatwood, and a terrible weapon favored by Earl Arstor the Impaler. The spear is enwreathed in rotten, heavily poisoned meat. Defeating foes restores HP. Now, I believe you need a lot more dex for this. Yeah, this is a dex weapon, which is something I'm not scaled to, or I don't have an affinity for. Eventually I will have my dex up there and I guess you'd need dexterity for the Hollow Slayer Greatsword as well. Which is weird. You would think a Greatsword would require more strength than dexterity. So the Arstor Spear will actually heal you when you defeat foes. It doesn't do that much healing, and it's only good for for thrust. Sorry, I was having a brain fart there. I don't tend to like weapons that do only thrust. I like to have something that gives me a little bit of a sweeping attack, not too wide of a sweeping attack like a halberd or anything, but I want to make sure that, you know, I don't have to be just poking the enemy. So I'm going to go with the Greatsword for now. Eventually the dexterity will be there and we'll be able to use it. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that. And then we also have Vort's Great Hammer that we can purchase, which requires 30 strength, so obviously we're not there yet. This Great Hammer, wielded by Vort, the Outrider Knight of the Boreal Valley, weapon is imbued with frost and causes frostbite. Frost accumulates in the body, causing frostbite, which saps one's health, lowers absorption, and slows stamina recovery. Skill for this is Perseverance. You anchor the weapon in the earth to temporarily boost poise, and your damage is reduced while activated. Alternatively, we could get Pontiff's Left Eye, which you can combine with Pontiff's Right Eye later on in the game. But this one is a bewitched ring that Pontiff Sullivan bestowed upon his knights. And those knights would be the Outrider Knights, such as Vort. And he basically gave these rings to all of his knights. Recovers HP with successive attacks. Knights who peer into the black orb are lured into battles of death. Transformed into frenzied beasts, no wonder the Pontiff only provides these rings to those dispatched to foreign lands. So basically he's giving these to his knights and sending them out and letting them just go wild so that they can basically go crazy on their enemies. Now, recovering HP with successive attacks is a little bit misleading with this ring. First of all, you need to have a weapon that requires quite a few hits. So, if say you're using a dagger against enemies, you're going to have to hit them quite a few more times in order to see the effects of this ring. If you have something like a claymore, like I do, or any kind of strength-based weapon, most likely you're not going to get the number of hits that you need in order to see the benefits of this ring, because you will probably kill the guy before you get that number of hits. I believe it's 6. You have to get 6 consecutive hits before it starts healing you. Now, once you get that 6, then the effects will stack. So as you keep on getting hits, then the effect will be greater and greater. So I am going to actually... I think I'm just going to go with the hammer in this case. I can always get the ring on another playthrough. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Because I haven't used the hammer at all, so you know, I have no idea how good it is. I think it'll be fun to give it a try, though. Okay. And that'd be all. Oh, well, you had something else to say?
Aha, thou art returned. So, knowest thou of our purpose?
I do.
5 thrones will take 5 lords as kindling for the linking of the fire. The fast-fading flame must be linked to preserve this world. A reenactment of the first linking of the fire. So it is, I became a lord of Cinder. I may be but small, but I will die a colossus.
He will die a colossus. He knows.
Do not be away over long.
He knows that he has a great purpose, regardless of his stature.
Welcome home. Speak thine. Very
See if we
well.
can. I think we'll
Then
be able to
touch
go
the dark
maybe
egg
one level here.
nourishment.
Alright, so we've got some vigor, endurance, strength. Let's start getting the vitality up there a little bit. That way when we get some better armor, we don't have to worry about it over-encumbering.
Farewell, Ashen One. May the flames guide thee.
Thank you. Thanks, dear. Have a pot roast ready for me when I come home.
Ah, well, 'tis good to see ye in good health. What needs smithing this day?
Let's see. I don't think I have any, but I'm gonna check. Okay. See if we can. I need more large titanite shards still. So can't level that up. Can't level up my claymore yet.
Pretty be careful.
Thank you.
I don't want to see them.
Oh, hello, and in one piece. Well, now it's time I do my part, huh?
I never gave him the bone. Okay. So remember the bone that we found in the ended settlement that belonged to Loretta, which, in my opinion, looked like a flute. We're gonna go ahead and give that to Grey Rat.
Heavens, she was already dead.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. I'm not surprised, though. Almost a relief, really. You can keep the ring
Thank you.
as, well, a little trinket of thanks, I suppose.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. Alright, let's see. What can we buy from him? I think do I already have that shield? I think I do. I think I'm good for now. Any extra stuff that we can sell here? Got long swords. Any other duplicates? Nope. Think we're good. Oh, we got worker gloves. Worker trousers. I like to hold on to all the unique things that I find, but I definitely... One pet peeve is having duplicates of items in there. And before we go, let's see, we got one soul that we can use. I don't think that's enough to get us up another level here.
Very well.
How many did we need? So we need 7,000. Okay, so we're a little ways off.
Farewell, Ashen One.
It won't take long. Alright. Now that we are done with that, let's go ahead and head on over to the Road of Sacrifices. Took a minute for the textures to load. You got this nasty looking guy here. These guys are freaking wild. Look at that. That is a face only a mother could love. That guy is hollowed to shit. Nasty. Alright. And we got another one down below. Plunging attack! Yeah, if you can get them before they sprout their wings, all the better. Because once they sprout those wings, then they tend to go pretty wild, like dogs in a corner. I think these guys are called Corvians. I don't remember. I would be able to tell you if they dropped their items. Let's see if we can... do I have my bow equipped? I do not. So let's go ahead and put that bad boy on. See if we can get the attention of one of these. It's a pretty sick animation, if you ask me. Is he not gonna come over here? Come on, dude. You want me to shoot you some more? I can do that. Oh. Whoa. Alright, come on. Come on! Ah! Oh well. Oh well. Alright, now this guy up here on the left, he will call in a bunch more of them, so I am gonna rush him. God damn. I think my sword might be a little OP. Alright. And one easy way of taking care of these mother effers over here, because there's a bunch of them, is I'm gonna get this guy to call them. Just gotta get his health down a little bit. And that's a miss. And here we go. Oh, that wasn't the scream I wanted. Come on. Let's hear it. That was it. Now, these guys are all going to start sprouting their wings and going nuts. But we are going to get their attention. And make them fall off the cliff here. Well, that's the idea anyway. One. That's two. Well, even if we don't get them all, it's still two that we don't have to deal with. Oh, what about this one? Here he comes. I'm like wasting arrows here. Alright, I'm just gonna go kill them. I mean, they're not that hard. It's just, you know, one easy way of getting rid of a bunch of them. At least they're not hard when you have a claymore that fucks shit up. There's a +4. take care of this guy. Titanite shard. We don't want these guys sneaking up on us, so... Okay. Wow. I didn't even see that guy. As I just got finished saying they weren't hard. I mean, they're not hard, but... seriously, I didn't even see that guy. That sucks. Love when that happens. Alright. I will be more careful this time. Normally I wouldn't worry about my embers, but I'm gonna go ahead and pop one because I mean, A, obviously you get the benefit of the added health, but B, it also raises your discovery, so... And I want to find as many items as possible. These guys don't seem to be dropping much. I was hoping to get at least one of their weapons so I could read the description for you guys. Went off the ledge there. Alright, so we should be okay with them not sneaking up on us now that you don't have their attention. And here we have somebody that some of you will recognize by the name of Maneater Mildred. Where'd you go? Come on. Come on, Mildred. Let's go. Dang it. Sorry, shouldn't have taken that second to sharpen your blade. So she gives you the butcher knife. We'll pull that up in a second, as soon as we go down here and grab this stuff. Get the brigand set. And I believe this is going to be the brigand twin daggers. Yep, alright. So, for the twin daggers, these paired daggers are the preferred weapons of the brigands of a distant land. When two-handed, the wielder holds a blade in each hand, allowing for divergent attacks that include left-handed moves. It also gives you a skill Quick Step, instantly step behind or around the side of foes, especially effective when locked onto target. I've never used them before. I'm guessing since we have an X there that they're probably dex-based. Yes, they are. So, can't use it right now anyway. Let's take a look at the, actually, here, let's look at Mildred's butcher knife here, which also has an X, because I don't, that scales highly to strength, but I don't have 24 on strength yet. Butcher knife with an oddly large blade, wielded by the mad woman haunting the road of sacrifices. Squarely landed hits restore HP. And back in the undead settlement, the woman acquired a taste for human flesh, of which she took glee in partaking. The skill is Sharpen. Sharpening the blade increases HP restored with each successive hit. So, not a bad weapon. especially if you want something that's going to help restore HP. And then we'll take a look at the brigand set here real quick. Leather armor from a foreign land probably belonged to a brigand who met his match. In foreign lands, undead were banished to send a message to populace, and when the message was not heard, they banished the living too. Alright, let's go get some revenge on these effers. Oh, I should probably grab my souls. That would kind of suck if anything happened and I lost them. That would be exactly what would happen, of course. Dead. You die. You go to hell and you die. Get off me! Man, see what I mean? These guys are freaking ruthless. Ruthless. Alright, and then we have a little secret here. We're gonna just drop off the ledge. Oh, while he calls his screaming horde to come and get me. I think we'll be okay right here. Looks like they fell off the ledge anyway. Here, doggy. Here, doggy. Lie down. Lie down. This nasty ass dog. Like, I don't know if it's pregnant or what, but that is just disgusting. And that is the only one in the entire game that I've seen with that sack hanging from its belly. Alright, we got a couple items here. First we got Morn's Ring. It's a malformed ring given to the Knights of Karim. Egon, the one we spoke to earlier, was a Knight of Karim. It boosts miracles. Morn served the goddess Keitha and later became an apostle to the Archbishop. They labored together to provide comfort to the suffering. And then we have the Braille Tome, which is the first one that we have gotten, which we will give to Irina. It's a sacred Braille Tome from Karim filled with advanced miracles. Give to a storyteller to learn advanced Karim miracles. In the Way of White, there is a tradition of placing great faith in the words of the blind, and Braille tomes are not unusual. So apparently in the Way of White, it's not uncommon to have blind people. Oh, where'd you come from? It's not uncommon to have blind people be the ones to teach miracles. Anyone down there? Nope. See if I can get a nice little backstabby stab. See ya. Oh, I hope he didn't drop an item. Because if he did, I didn't get it now. That is how it should have gone down the first time. Alright, let's go ahead and head on through. Got some summon signs, got some NPCs. let's go ahead and talk to these two.
Oh, hello. How do you do? I am Anri of Astora, unkindled like you. This is Horace, a friend and travelling companion. Are you too in search of the Lords of Cinder? We are well along the road of sacrifices. Below us is the Crucifixion Woods. Beyond the flooded woods lies Farron Keep, home of the Undead Legion. Further yet is the Cathedral of the Deep. We seek the cathedral, home of the grim Aldrich. We may go our separate ways now, but we are both seekers of lords. The next time we cross paths, one may find the other in a time of need. May the flames guide your way.
May the flames guide your way. So this is Henri of Astora, as she obviously said. She is the reason that I decided to switch back to a male character, because I went through my first playthrough with a female character in which Henri was actually a male. So I just wanted to have a little bit of change in the gameplay. I mean, playing the game through a second, third, even fourth time, you know, it's never all the same. But I just wanted it from a different perspective, and I wanted to see what Henri was like as a girl, which, ironically, she looks exactly the same as the male version, the only difference being the voice. And then she has her partner over here, Horace, who doesn't have a lot to say, but he does give you the Blue Sentinel's Covenant. Now, the Blue Sentinel's Covenant is similar to the Way of Blue. The Way of Blue was basically set up so that if you were invaded by anyone, then someone else who had a Blue Sentinel's Covenant would automatically be summoned into your game to help protect you. So I am going to go ahead and switch to that, so that if for any reason somebody needs help, then we can get summoned in to help them. I wanted to talk to Henri again.
Oh yes, Horace. He's not very talkative.
No, he's not.
But don't think ill of him. He's an upstanding, kind-hearted knight, a fine partner for this grueling journey.
I know, he gave us the Covenant.
Without his help, I would have cursed this onerous duty long ago. We are well along the road of sacrifices. Below us is the Crucifixion Woods. Beyond the flooded woods lies Farron Keep, home of the Undead Legion. Further yet is the Cathedral of the Deep. We may go our separate ways now, but we are both seekers of lords. The next time we cross paths, one may find the other in a time of need. May the flames guide your way.
And you too, my lady. And with that, we are going to head back to Firelink Shrine and take a break. And there is a reason that we will be going to the Firelink Shrine. In fact, I will just go ahead and end it here, and then when we pick up again, that's when we'll head to the Firelink Shrine, and you'll see why. Alright. Thanks everyone for joining, and I'll catch you next time. Take it easy.